So today I want to introduce to you a good friend and colleague of mine known by only his first name, Nando. And when you hear his last name, you will know why we all call him Nando.
Yeah,
And not that it's super hard, but it's interesting. Nando is one of those guys where he set up you might even call it a stage name. It's called Nando Journeyman. And so
yep.
literally the 2.5, 3 years that I've known you, that's how I've always seen your name. And it dawned on me that that's not really your last name, but
Yeah,
that's how I know you.
yeah, please, yeah. You can make the checks payable to that, It's- but it's not
Okay.
my name.
Okay. Well, I asked Nando to come and be a part of this year's, the 2015 Freelance Conference, because one of the things that I wanted to open the day out with was, why on earth do we do this? And it's not
Really.
always because we lost our job or it's the only option that we have. For the majority of us, it's bigger than that, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the what triggers it, like it was for me, many times, being just the need, because you intrinsically, or for whatever reason, you don't match, the working opportunities, the job opportunities that are out there, or you just don't feel like it. It actually took me a very long time to realize that I didn't want to.
Yeah.
So for years, I started freelancing because that was a way of making a living. Back in 1990s recession, Puerto Rico, it was like, well, I could work at a hotel, or I could just figure out and use my talents and get doing something. And it just came naturally to me, and it grew into businesses and the like. And it wasn't really till I came to the U.S. that I actually got a job. And everything that I had learned to do as an entrepreneur, and it helped me, grow quickly into a career. And that, took its turns, and it's a bit of a story that I may go over, you know, when I get
Yeah, don't
a
spill the
better
beans.
chance. But yeah, but basically, you know, it was up until a particular moment in my life, that it dawned on me that this is who I am, this is how I work, and that was it. And it was at that point it became a decision that this is how I work.
Yeah,
Is it?
I came to the same
Yeah.
line. I just kept going back and forth. Get a job and then I'd stop and
Yeah.
I'd do freelancing. I'd get a job and I'd stop and do
It's
freelancing.
crazy inviting. I tell you what, I mean, just today, I made a decision not to, I mean, to miss out on a regular event I go on Tuesdays, because I have work to do, and I figured, well, you know what, I can't really afford rush hour traffic to North Austin, a couple hours, it's gonna be fun, but today I need to sacrifice that. And my a lot of my friends, from, say, mountain biking, they're employees, and which really fits the demographic of mountain biking. They're certain income bracket and all that, and so they have a lot of leisure time, and I see them posting their leisure things when I'm working on this new endeavor. It requires a lot more than it should in the future. Um, and I see that, I say, man, wouldn't it be nice to just like clock out, you know?
Yes.
But then again, I was talking with my friend Claudio, who lost his job and is now decided he's definitely an entrepreneur, and he's like realizing that himself. He's going through that process right now. And he was talking about how, his kids are of a certain age that they're involved in after school events that he wants to participate. Like, he enjoys taking that time in the afternoon to go pick the little one up and take him to his mom, and said, if I was gonna get a job, and used to be like when he had a really nice paying job, he would basically, the most time they would spend together would be in the car.
Yeah.
In the morning, drop him off, and in the afternoon, he said it was a couple hours, but it was all in the car.
Yeah. You're not playing in the yard or you're not learning something together or whatever.
Right, and so he's making a conscious decision to live, uh, at a different income level for now. It doesn't mean that he needs to like be stuck with it.
Yeah.
And knowing, I'm pretty sure he's going to do well. But it's a conscious decision at this point for him. So yeah, so it's natural that it starts as an accident, if you will, and then if you find the path, then you end up making that choice.
Yeah, and it's yeah. I was gonna say it's perfect that you said that, he chose to live at a different income level because man, for a little period of time or some period of time, because sometimes the ramp up period can be costly. It can take a while. And depending on what you're trying to ramp up to, ramping up
Yeah,
into this conference even is a much longer ramp up period than, to me, than just when I launched into doing website design. Within about a month, I was probably had my income.
yeah, and that's one of the things that motivates me, help the conference and the association is that I see a lot of the new freelancers. And I mean, you can see that they're freaking out. And you can
Okay.
see that they're like, I really don't know how you guys talk about like organization this way. I'm making this much money or that or building that much. And they're really, really anxious about that. And I think if we, those of us that have been fortunate to have the experience, should share it and help them
Yes.
understand that it's perfectly normal and there's ways, to work with it.
Yep.
There are ways to make it better.
Absolutely. There are ways to make it better, and there's a way to make it work, and there's a way to get that lifestyle and the whole balance or harmony that you want. And that's what, I mean, it allowed me to be a stay-at-home single mom. And so nobody will ever convince me that freelancing doesn't work because that gave me something that single moms supposedly can never have.
Yeah. I see. I mean, and like when we did, when we've done like pricing workshops or some education on pricing, which is really, it's funny because it's not really even my
I
thing,
know.
but it seems like it's very much a need. And I figure, well, yeah, I know how to do this. Let's do it. Um, and I always try to make the point that as we're talking about that, figuring out how much you want to make, that it's not that you have to be at this high bracket. It's whatever works for that person. Because some people want it. I don't know. They may have a pension, from
Right.
and from elsewhere, military or state, and they just want to compensate. So they need to understand what's a good rate. What's
Right.
actually going to work out for them. But maybe they don't really want to make a lot of money. They just want to have supplemental income, and that's fine.
Yeah, and that's
Um,
what makes it so hard to do pricing surveys is because
yeah,
you never know what the person really needs, you know?
yeah, yeah. For me, it's been a you know, I always say this is the richest I've been all my life. Because we have, that's because the bar was pretty low to begin with.
Okay.
but we're fortunate, and I find myself working again. This year basically I started again. But what I've started now in only 9 months, I see it working, and it's super exciting.
Cool.
Going into the ninth month, it's super exciting to see it work. But I have to be patient. I have to be frugal. Um, you know,
That's
but
the
these
hard
are
part.
things that I'm comfortable with, and I know how to do. So if I can share that, people need to know that's normal. That the goal is out there, and you can get to it, and you do get to it.
And that's, man, that's beautiful. It's the entire reason the conference came together was, hey, we have so many people, you and I, so many more of us that have done freelancing for a long time and made it
Mhm.
work and learned all these lessons. How can we touch and help more freelancers? We have these numbers showing that some 47, 50% of our workforce is going to be freelancers in 5 years. And
Oh yeah,
if the
I
majority
mean,
of
it's happening.
freelancers aren't making money,
Yeah.
that's not going to work too well. We have to dive in and help them.
Yeah, and in a world of where everyone's freelancing, that's why I think the topic of pricing for me is one that's really important because everyone needs to be. A lot of people that are doing freelancing, they've never like they just got a paycheck. They don't know the
Right.
expenses of the business. They don't know anything about all the overhead. People hear overhead, and I mean, really, people think overhead is a bullshit word. And overhead is very real. I was doing numbers yesterday. I'm thinking, oh my, how did I get to have a fixed expenditure this high already? But that's because we need services. We need a co-working space. I have some hard costs and
Right.
software that I need to
Yeah.
pay continuously. And those are real numbers that need to be accounted for. And that's so you're freelancing, and that's part of your job. You're a business owner, freelancer. And
Yeah.
then as a freelance, you're also your own marketing person. You're your marketing department.
Right.
You need to know what to do, how to use that time wisely, how to, where not to waste your time because it's so easy, so crazy easy. And people are always looking for tricks and tips, and I don't think there's I'm not a big at all on tips and tricks. I'm more about the
Right.
principles, understand the principles, and I think the conference gives that. It's understand the foundation, the principles, and then you can adjust to your own,
Right.
to your own reality.
See how they work for you. Yeah. No, I agree completely. So one last question before we move on. And what is it that makes you excited about getting to share this message with people at the conference this year?
And so it was cutting up a little bit, but I think I heard, what makes me excited about, sharing, this story at the event.
Yeah.
Uh, there's I've had I recently had someone suggest that I was at a certain level that I might not be interested to attend their event, and I'm like, are you aware who you send the email to? Because I'm just a guy fighting it. I'm like the artist and the warrior, like Presley says. We wake up every day for that same fight every day. You start again. And if I can help someone understand that that's okay, that that's normal, that's gonna go a long way for me.
I am so excited to have you at the conference. Thank you so much for agreeing to come speak.
Thank you. Thank you.
So for those of you that have not gotten your ticket yet, you can go to freelanceconference.com and grab your ticket. The conference is October 28th, 2015, right here in Austin, Texas. And come and see us, see Nando, and have a great time.
Thank you. See you there.
Okay, bye.